What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Algorand and future thinking and interoperability. I've mentioned future thinking several times. Reason being is, well, you don't want to be involved in a project or a company or a business or an investment that isn't future thinking. I have made that mistake. I don't want you to make that mistake. If a company isn't thinking about the future, then they don't have a future. You have to think ahead. You have to think, what's going to happen? What can we do? And interoperability is one of those things that is taking the future into your hands and saying, this is it. So let's read this. This is from beincrypto.com. Better blockchain interoperability will attract users, developers, and traders. Yes. Imagine you have several projects laid on a table before you, and you can pick a whole bunch of projects. Let's say you got 4 projects out of 10. Out of these 10 projects, 9 of them are really good projects. I mean, they've got really good things. The 10th one is a really good project, but it interoperates with every single other project. Well, you can take your $1,000 and divvy it up, $100 into each one, and throw the spaghetti against the wall and see which one sticks. Or you can go into the one that has interoperability, and thereby you're technically kind of investing in all of them through one. You're able to get exposure to all other 9 projects through just the one and putting your money there. And then by getting exposure through that one, and then you don't have to check 9 other projects consistently and whatnot throughout the day. Interoperability. If you can have a project that uses and utilizes, and you can get exposure to all the other projects, why would you go to all the other projects? You wouldn't. If we want to see mass adoption of innovative Web3 technologies and open global financial system, then we must solve the lack of interoperability among blockchains. Yes, everybody is so proprietary. They're closed systems. And with a closed system, once you're in that system, you're only in just that system. The rapid growth of blockchain technologies led to a highly complex multi-chain ecosystem with trade-offs around security, decentralization, scalability, cost, etc. Not with Algorand. Algorand solves that trilemma, which is why Algorand is the one that's going to take interoperability to the next level, because it does solve the blockchain trilemma. And it does it, unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, without having to change its native programming. Not a good sign if you get into a business and they have to change the very programming in order to catch up, in order to lower the fees, in order to make it faster. Algorand already has that. It's difficult to imagine that just one of these single blockchains would meet all of our society's needs. Well, full stop right there. There's never going to be anything that meets all of society's needs. Never. Never. Anytime anybody says that this is the end-all solution of something, it makes me pause. There's no such thing as a perfect solution. I've said it before, and I'll say it again because everybody needs to be aware of it. Every solution has its very own set of problems. There's no such thing as a perfect solution. Algorand is a very good solution, though. Not a perfect solution, because that just doesn't exist. You can get as close to a perfect solution as you can, and that's the best you can do. And that is Algorand. As long as multiple chains exist, the demand for value will flow between them. Yeah, it will. People will use this one for that and that one for this. But if you can get one that has, I don't know, let's say a bridge, London Bridge, Algorand, well, then that would make things a lot easier, and that would make people salivate at the prospect of getting into something that has interoperability amongst all the other blockchains, or at least the majority, or quite a few blockchains. Cross-blockchain strategies Yeah, several cross-chain strategies are used to increase levels of interoperability. Yeah, like an oracle. But what is an oracle? Isn't an oracle kind of taking a step backwards? It's an oracle is basically another middleman, someone in the middle, so that way you can take your information, give it to this person in the middle, the person in the middle, or the entity in the middle, or the computer in the middle, whatever it is, then uses it and operates with that other entity that you wanted to operate that the first entity that you are using can't interoperate with. Well, isn't that kind of the system we're doing right now? Your business pays the bank pays you, the bank is able to use your funds to invest, mixed with everybody else's funds to invest, and they make tons of money off everybody else. Well, cut out the middleman, cut out the oracle. Interoperability makes it faster, makes it more secure. Think of it like I'm a mechanical engineer by my career. So these newfangled devices that come out, they've got so much stuff on them. The more stuff they have on them, the more likelihood there is that something is going to break. The more wheels in a cog, the more likelihood something's going to break. Side chain relay solutions implement bridges that primarily enable portal assets from one chain to another, rather than rely on a trusted intermediary or a middleman like we've been saying. Chain B implements a thin client of Chain A using smart contracts to trustlessly verify events that occur on Chain A. Basically, you're using your chain and you are using a side chain relay, and it's taking that information and it is taking, in a sense, a proof of state, a snapshot of that, taking that information, taking it over to the other chain, Chain B, whatever other chain you're not using or you want to use that is not part of the chain you're using. Yeah, I know. Sounds complicated because it is. Because it is. And the normal person, the average human being, is not going to want to go through all these steps. Now, if we could just have this wonderful thing like Algorand with a bridge to everything that makes it easy, with easy user interface, well, then that's going to bring normal people in. I don't like to do complicated things on this channel because it shouldn't be complicated. I know cryptocurrency for a long time was this thing where people would look at you with two heads. You were speaking some foreign language, alien technology. Well, things have gotten easier. Things have gotten a lot easier. Look at Algorand. Getting into governance. Very easy. You don't have to do much with Algorand other than hold it. And you can get rewards. Decent rewards. Much better rewards than traditional finance. Interoperability is going to jettison Algorand. It really is. There's not very many blockchain technologies that can beat it. Pure proof of stake, all the connections, bridges to everywhere, interoperability. The normal person is going to look at cryptocurrencies in a few years and they're going to say, well, we got all these complicated things with all these heavy fees, everything's expensive, everything is so confusing, but then you got Algorand over here that is simple, secure, fast, scalable. Wow. Well, why wouldn't you? And why wouldn't the world? All this is good news for Algorand because interoperability means ease of use. Ease of use means the normal person is more likely to get into it. You slap down the instructions on how to make money off Ethereum, and the normal person who knows nothing about cryptocurrency is going to spin their head. They're going to say, you're nuts. It's going to take me a week to learn how to do all this. And then you slap down this couple sentences of Algorand saying, well, you get the Algorand, you hold it, you get into governance, and that's it. Simple. Well, what are the other advantages? Well, now we got bridges to the Ethereum virtual machine. We got bridges to everywhere. All bridges lead to Algorand. Algorand's future is bright, my friends. And you are early in the market. Congratulations. You are making history at this very moment. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing, and I thank you for listening to the end. And I will see you guys on the next one.